Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah and I am very passionate about minimalism and simple living, and today I have a video that I think is life-changing when it comes to simple living habits, and that is about a great morning routine. So if you are like me and have had some really stressful pear-shaped mornings and you're looking for some ideas on how to make it calmer and less stressful, this is a video for you. I don't know about you guys, but for us, every single morning looks a little bit different, whether it's I have kids going to choir or sports practice or different drop-off times. Every morning looks a little bit different, but there are some things about our morning that we like to keep exactly the same, and they just put us in a really good space to get out of the house on time and hopefully most of the time fairly stress-free, without forgetting stuff, without things being really chaotic. We have managed to streamline it down to a way where everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing and we can work as a team to get out the door. So as always, everyone's lives look so different. So whether you're like us and are in a period with lots of kids getting to all different places, or whether you've got to get out to work or just ready for the day and whatever that holds for you, setting up a good morning routine really is a great foundation for the rest of your day, and you can change it up depending on what the needs of that day are. But if you have those things in place, they do make for a really good place to start. For us, mornings have always been a little bit of a bugbear, like getting kids, especially those with additional needs. Moving on a strict time schedule can be really tricky. So these things that I'm using are specifically planned for our family and our needs. So please take what you like and leave what you don't, and whatever works for you is what's best. So in the mornings, I usually wake up sometime between 5:30 and 6:30, just depending on what our morning looks like and who needs to be where. But something I have found really helpful is just knowing that I need to build in as much time as I possibly can. So if we do need to leave the house early, or someone needs to leave the house early, I make sure that I'm up a little bit earlier so we can start that train nice and early. The other thing is, your morning routine will be as successful as your night before. So I like to have a really clean kitchen, have lots of things ready and set up for the morning. That way, when I come out in the morning, I actually pre-make my coffee and it turns on at 5:30, so that when I get up, the coffee is ready to go and we can hit the ground running. One thing that has made such a big change in our mornings is moving to device-free mornings. Now, I know this won't work for everyone, but for me in particular, I don't use my device and neither do the kids, and it just makes our mornings a lot calmer. No one is getting distracted. We are just focused on what's right in front of us, which is getting ready to get out the door. And so since I've moved to that way of doing things, I turn the radio on in the morning. Alexa, that way I can hear the news and the weather, but I'm not distracted or falling down the work rabbit hole before I actually have time to sit down and look at that. And it means all of my brain power is focused on the jobs at hand rather than thinking about all sorts of other things that the rest of my day holds. So I have moved to fully device-free in the morning, and that has made such a difference. For us, and particularly for my kids, lists are so important, especially if you're a really visual person, or for most kids who are very visual. Having a list is a great way of finding that balance between independence and working alongside your kids. And that can be really difficult to find, but having a list lets them know what is their part of getting ready, and you can work out whatever age they are or whatever their needs are, what their list is going to look like. That can change. My kids' lists change probably every couple of months as they gain new skills or as our routine changes. I just change up what's on their list. I keep it really simple, and then if I can see that my kids are maybe going off on a tangent or getting a bit distracted, I can always just redirect them back to that list. I myself use these lists as well. I have a list on my fridge. I actually don't love things on my fridge. I do keep a list of what is happening each day for the kids. That lets me know to prompt them of, do you have your library book? Do you have sports today? Have you got your sports stuff? And it just keeps it really in my mind so that I can help alongside the kids. And I also have one clip that I use on my fridge because it's obnoxious and I know it will drive me nuts, but it will also mean I won't forget. So if there's something we need to practice or a note that needs to be returned or something that's really urgent, I will put that on the front of my fridge because I know that I won't forget. When you're talking about getting kids moving in the morning, it can be a really tight balance of managing what they can do on their own and what they need help with. And this is going to come down to trial and error. And even if you don't have kids, just working out what is like those most important things to get done in that early period of the day and what can be left for later. Whatever it looks like for you, trial and error is the way to go, and just editing those things down, and anything that's not super important first thing in the morning, I would encourage you to push that off to a little bit later and keep that start of the day nice and calm and stress-free. I absolutely love a clean kitchen, and so I do in the mornings, I'm packing lunches. I used to pack the kids' lunches the night before, and I still will do that sometimes if someone has to leave early or if we have an earlier start than normal. But often my kids would like a hot lunch to take to school in a thermos, or we've got to make fresh things with sort of salads and things like that. So I tend to just still do the lunches in the morning, but as I'm doing that, I've got kids up at the bench having breakfast, and we can just sort of move through that time. And anything that I can prep in the evening, I will have ready, but making sure I've got everything on hand for those school lunches is an absolute lifesaver in the mornings. But I still do those last minute things in the morning so that they can have a fresh lunch for the day. And once I have all the lunches done, I do give my kitchen a really quick clean. Now, I don't always get it perfect, and that's never my goal, but I will try and put all of the sort of dishes and that sort of thing and give the benches a quick wipe so that when I get back from school, it's not this huge mess and stuff isn't left out on the benches. It also makes it really quick and easy for the kids to see what's going on, if they forgot something, if they need something. We've got clear benches before we leave for school. As I said earlier, the night before is really going to set up for how your morning goes. So I like to start with a clean kitchen and I run the dishwasher, and that way when I get up in the morning, I have all clean dishes. I can quickly put those dishes away and put the new dishes in, and this is a great way to start the day. Ideally, I would empty the dishwasher at night, but for me, I just know this doesn't happen all the time. When it does, it's wonderful, but I still have enough time built into the mornings that I can quickly unstack the dishwasher. The wonderful thing about having a minimalist kitchen is that that process is super quick and easy. I can unstack my dishwasher in like less time than it is to boil the kettle, and we can have it ready and empty to stack straight away in the morning. I like to get myself ready as early as possible in the day. I just find that I'm much more likely to be productive in the rest of the day if I get up and get ready early, especially with more of us working from home now. I just have a really quick morning routine. So I get fully dressed and I just do a really light makeup on my face. If makeup's not your thing, totally omit that, but whatever self-care looks like for you. For me, it just makes me feel put together. If I need to get out at the school, I feel really comfortable and put together to do that. Or if I need to get going straight out after I drop all the kids off, I'm ready to go for the day. I don't aim for perfection, but if I can at least have, clothes on, feeling put together, that puts me in such a good place for the rest of the day. Mornings for me are all about multitasking. So if there is anywhere I can do two things at once, I will do it. Now, I know this doesn't work for everyone because for some people this is really overwhelming, but for me, I actually find it quite comforting. So for example, if I'm doing the kids' hair or if I'm making lunches, I can have them reading to me, we can practice spelling words, we can practice a drama script, all of those things. It's just making the most of that time. And because I'm fully focused on getting ready and out the door, we do have these pockets of time where I can help the kids out, where we can do those last minute things, or we can tackle a couple of jobs at the same time. And having those things that we need in the places we need them. I actually keep all of our hair products in the kitchen because that is ending up where I do the kids' hair in the morning. And so even though that's not the conventional place for it, if it's where you end up doing it, it's much better that it be where you need it than just where the acceptable place is. I put it out here. We can keep moving with other things. I could be doing homework and hair at the same time, and it just works really well for our family. So if you need to move school clothes downstairs, if you need to rearrange your exit strategy so that those things that you need are where you need them, that is going to change the way you leave the house. Ultimately, my goal when I leave the house is not to look perfect and not for our home to be perfect, but for us to feel as stress-free as possible. So everything that I'm doing in the morning, whether it's working alongside of my kids, creating some independence with lists, or having things where I need it, it's just so that we can work through the routine in the morning, whatever it looks like. So if that is constantly changing for you, and perhaps if I have to run out and drop a kid to a choir practice early, I know that my other kids are at home working through their lists, or that my husband or anybody else can pick up where I've left off because everybody knows what they're doing and we can all work together as a team to leave this house. So guys, if you struggle with mornings or if you have any great ideas for things that have redesigned your mornings, I would love to hear it down in the comments below for you. I know everyone is different and everything that we do just works for our family, and so I guarantee if you have a tip, there's probably someone else like you out there that will benefit from it. I absolutely love to hear from you guys. If you are new, we would love to have you subscribe and join our YouTube family. I'm here for you every week, bringing you minimalist and simple living content. Here's some other videos I think you might like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.